Is it really possible to X-ray a chord? Of course not. But we can take a closer look at how they're built. Stay tuned. This week, we're going to take a little closer look at the construction of chords. We already know that there are 4 basic triads that build the chords that we use in music. So major, minor, diminished, and augmented. To build a major chord or a major triad, we're going to take the first note, the third note, and the fifth note of the root scale of the chord. So for C major chord, we're going to take the C major scale, take the first note, the third note, and the fifth note. That's C, E, and G, and those notes will build our C major. For a minor chord, it's a 1, a flatted third, and 5. So for C, C, E flat, and G. Our 2 other types are diminished, which is a 1 flat 3 and a flatted fifth, and an augmented, which is a 1, 3, and sharp 5. Let's zero in on that major chord for a second. There's a distance called a third in between the first note and the third note. It's 2 whole steps. 1 to 3 is 2 whole steps. 3 to 5 is 1.5 steps. We call that a minor third. So a major chord, in terms of distance from each note, is built by taking a note and jumping a major third, and then from that note jumping a minor third. And the minor chord is exactly the opposite. So now we're going from 1 to flat 3, that's 1.5 steps. That's a minor third. And then from flat 3 to 5, which is a major third. So they're kind of like the opposite. The diminished chord is 1, flat 3, flat 5. Now we're jumping 2 minor thirds, 1 to flat 3, minor third, and flat 3 to flat 5, which is a minor third. And then the augmented is the opposite again. It is 1 to 3, that's a major third, and 3 to sharp 5, which is another major third. Okay, well, how does that help me? Well, let's take a look at a little bit more complicated chord than just a triad. Maybe a major 7, which is built 1, 3, 5, and 7. Well, we already know that 1 to 3 is a major third, and 3 to 5 is a minor third. That's our major triad. But 5 to 7 is a major third too. So if we think about just the notes 3, or the intervals 3, 5, and 7, we have 3 to 5, which is a minor third, and 5 to 7, which is a major third. That's a minor chord, a minor triad. So inside of a major 7 chord, 1, 3, 5, 7, we actually have 2 triads, 1, 3, 5, which is a major triad, and 3, 5, 7, which is a minor triad. Now we've got some really useful information, because an A major 7 is actually 2 different chords, and we can see it in this particular shape. It's 1, 3, 5, 1, 3, 5 for A, and then the 3, 5, 7 for A is 1, flat 3, 5 for C sharp minor, right? So for major 7, we have a major triad, 1, 3, 5, and a minor triad built on the third note. In the case of A major 7, that's a C sharp. So A major 7 has A major and C sharp minor inside the chord together. And that means we can use that to comp through an A major 7. So we can put those chords back to back, those triads back to back, and create some movement. So here's an A and a C sharp minor, an A and a C sharp minor, and this can go on through our triads forever, right? But what about something that's a little bit more complicated? What about an A dominant 7 flat 9? Not a super common chord, especially if you play pop music, but it's worth exploring. Part of this we already know. That's built 1, 3, 5, flat 7, flat 9. We know 1, 3, 5 is our major jump to a minor jump, and that's a major triad. And 3, 5, flat 7, well, we haven't talked about that yet. So 3 to 5 is a minor third. 5 to flat 7 is a minor third. Well, that's a diminished triad. And then 5 to flat 7, minor third, like we just said. Flat 7 to flat 9 is a flat third as well. So there's another diminished triad. Dominant 7, flat 9 is a major triad built on the 1, a diminished triad built on the 3, and a second diminished triad built on the 5. So that means that very complicated chord can be simplified to just A major, C sharp diminished, and E diminished. Sorry, let's try that again. So now you have a way to comp over that chord because you can find those two diminished triads, one built on the 3rd, one built on the 5th, and then the major triad built on the 1st, and bounce around that and define that complicated chord. Okay, so there's a lot to explore here. And your homework is going to be to take some of your favorite chords, 7ths, 9ths, 11ths, 13ths, and really look at the triads that exist inside those chords and figure out ways that you can define a chord when you have to play it, your favorite chord if you like, in different ways by breaking it up into smaller pieces and moving through those pieces. All right, that's it for today. Have fun.